first thing you need to do is get a piece of vinyl. That's a square foot of vinyl, or approximately a square foot. First thing that you want to do once you get it is measure it, and that's really, really close to 12 by, we're gonna call this 12 by 12. It's just very slightly oversized. Anything that I put in the vinyl cutter is gonna have some margins, and I'm just drawing some approximate margins on here so you can kind of see this area does not cut. If you remember from the pen plot project, there are margins. There's margins when you put paper in the vinyl cutter, there's margins when you put vinyl in the vinyl cutter. Subtract 2 from your length, subtract 2 from your height. That is how you get your approximate value. We're gonna take this number here and put it into CorelDRAW. All right, once again, we're using CorelDRAW. You should be pretty familiar with this program by now. And again, we're doing something very simple, which is just adding text. Click on the little letter A over here, text tool. Remember, click once, just once, and type in your name. My name today will be, let's do Andrew Jackson. All right. Now remember, when you don't make a text box and you just create text by clicking once rather than clicking and dragging, you can change the size of your text very easily. For this project, I would like your text to be, let's say about as big as you can make it in the width of your material. All right, now you can change any font. You might have to resize after you change. Now, what I do want to let you know though is that you are going to have to weed these stickers. So this thicker font would work pretty good. Let me show you a font that I would not recommend. Let's try, I don't know, that one's got real skinny letters. There's probably some other ones here that'd be a little difficult. Here's one that'd be fairly complicated for a new vinyl weeder. So I would recommend for this first project, do whatever font you want, but I would highly recommend something that's a little more blocky. So if I have my name near the top of my CorelDRAW document, then it's going to be towards the top of my piece of vinyl. For example, if you had this piece of vinyl and you had a sticker that was only about 3 by 3, if you put it right in the middle, now you really can't do anything else with the rest of this piece of vinyl. It's essentially wasted. If you were more thoughtful about where you placed your design, you could get easily 9 of these out of the same thing. This is about $1's worth of vinyl, so would you want to spend $1 for a sticker, or would you rather get 9 stickers for the $1? So that's something you want to think about. In this project, you only get 1 piece of vinyl. That's all you get. So if you mess it up, you're out of luck. So because you should put I'm telling you to put your name at the very top, look, if I mess up, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I could probably do this at least 5 or 6 times if I do it intelligently. So I'm recommending that you put a little thought into where you put your name. Don't put it in the middle. There's no reason for that. Okay, everything going to the vinyl cutter must be hairlines, so I'm going to click on my name. I'm going to come over here and click on this X, and I'm going to right-click on the black. And notice down here, it should say, no fill, hairline outline. That's what I want to see. I don't want any half-point lines. It'll shred my vinyl up. I don't want any fill colors. I want no fill with a hairline outline. Now what I need to do is find the vinyl cutting list. So I add my name to the list. Now after Jacob is done, it'll be my turn. And that's how we know whose turn it is on the vinyl cutter. When it's my turn, I take my piece of vinyl over to the vinyl cutter. I go to place it in the vinyl cutter. Noting the location of the wheels. Remember, the wheels can be anywhere in the white areas. They can't be in the spaces between the white areas. Let's do that. The vinyl always has to cover that sensor up too. So I want my vinyl to be pretty close to the edge, like that, like that. Go ahead and pull up on the clamp. double check. Was someone pen plotting last? If someone was pen plotting, we can take that pen out. Let's put it back here. Let's get the cutter blade. Place it in, push it all the way down, snug it up. Now, it says roll. I don't have a roll, I have a piece. I'm going to push down arrow. It says piece, push enter. The vinyl cutter measures my material. Tells me how big it is. 10.7 by 9.9. Now I go back to Corel. And I put those numbers in. So 10 by 10 was my approximate usable area. 10.7 by 9.9 is my actual usable area. Watch what happens. Alright, it's good. If for some reason my design was hanging off the edge, I would need to move it. Mine wasn't, I was just doing that for example. Okay, file, print. The name of our printer is Roland GX24. Go to preferences, switch to inches. Make sure you put in those same two numbers we just got, 10.7 and 9.9. And make sure you're in inches. Press OK. Press apply. Press print. Now as soon as you press print, the vinyl cutter receives your job and begins cutting. Once the vinyl cutter is done cutting your vinyl, you're going to need to get yourself one of these old 3D printer trays that we're using as weeding cutting boards. You need to get yourself an X-Acto knife from the X-Acto knife caddy here. Make sure that you put it back when you're done. First thing you're going to want to do is locate the bottom of your design, and I'm going to cut the vinyl off just below my design. Save this for later. So that's all good stuff. In case I mess this up, very possible you might mess it up on your first time around. Save the rest of the material for later. Alright, now I'm going to cut what I call relief cuts around each letter. The reason I do that is so that when I go to weed, I'm working in smaller pieces. Alright, always start from the outside and work your way in. Once you've got the outside removed, you can use your X-Acto knife to kind of pick and lift the insides of each of these letters. Get yourself some transfer tape. Off a piece big enough to cover up your sticker. Okay, the last requirement of this project is to apply your sticker to something. So once it's weeded and transfer taped, find something that belongs to you that can have a sticker on it that won't affect it negatively, And take your sticker. And I find it's easiest, rather than to work off the table, I find it's easiest to do this kind of in the air. And if the sticker, let me see if any of these letters don't want to stick. They're working pretty good. Take it nice and slow. If a letter does not want to stick, you can kind of squish it back together and try it again. Alright, now be careful when you're doing this, because once it sticks, it's usually stuck pretty good, and getting it off might mean ripping your letters or stretching the vinyl. Now, you can hold the transfer tape. I like to hold it to where it's not, slacked in the middle, it's pretty tight. Move it around until you get it in the location you want it to put it in. And then, smooth it on out. Make sure everything sticks down really good. Then, take the transfer tape off. Now I find that rather than pulling the transfer tape straight away from the vinyl like this, I like to roll it back like that. There we go. There's my sticker applied to something. Take your transfer tape and your backing paper from the vinyl and throw them away.